And here's the second delivery lot of wood. This time it's 70 by 35. That's 70 millimeters by 35 millimeters in length that arrived. This is for the internal frame. So I'm just starting to work and building the internal frame because I need to build both frames before I actually start putting the frames up. There's lots of wood around now. These are my roof rusters and they are 140 by 45. So they're going to be my roof, all heap of them. There's a lot more there, which will be the joining, and a lot more there, and most of my outside frames have been done. And as a trial, I did put up one of the corners as just to test to see how it's going to be. I might have to take it down or leave it up there. We'll find out soon. So that's the back wall done with the corner there, just temporarily held up there. The frames are bolted down pretty much every where the studs are into the concrete. One thing you should keep in mind when you're ordering timber, we call it timber or lumber, however you call it, you know, the wood, is to order at least 1 or 2 lengths extra from what you need, because as you can see here, you're going to get timber which is not really suitable. Because if you are, especially if you are, you know, ordering online and getting it delivered, you know, you will get this sort of things unless you've got the time to go to the timber yard and select every single one of them so they don't have these issues. You know, make sure you order 1 extra. I've actually ordered 2 extras just to make sure that this sort of issues I am covered. I don't need to order again. And I mean, although this is not 100% useless timber, but it'll be cut into different places to be fit in. But yeah, it is something to keep in mind. So I discover. Hi everyone, today is 9th of October 2016 and I thought I'll make a quick video of the next milestone that I have actually covered so far. So all you see behind me, those are all of the external as well as internal frames have been constructed. It was lots of hard work. I'm totally exhausted. So I will be taking about a week break from the construction. I've been on it now for the past 2 weekends and maybe an hour or 2 during the week as well after work. but you know, by the time you get all your equipment out to set up and start doing any work, you can't do much. So you know, it gets dark still quite early. So far I have all of the walls finished, so the next stage would be is to put them all around and get them up and going and start working on the wall built as frames put together. And then I will have the internal frames just stuck inside, so that once I finish all of the external frames, then I will, you know, construct or put together the internal walls. So first I gotta bolt them down, the external walls, and then work on the internal walls once the roof parts go in as well. So the roof is gonna go on top. So still a bit to go, but I thought I'll keep you guys updated where everything is at. So there you go. Lots of labor standing right there. Just a progress note, just to let you know where things are at. I'm just at the moment getting all the frames cross braced so that they're nice and square and stable when I put them out. Even though I'll be putting 12mm plywood panels which will hold the frames square, but I thought I'll just do the bracing anyway, so that when because it'll be a while, but by the time I get the panels screwed on, so it will be nice and stable as I'm actually building the roof and so on. It's too windy. Well, just a progress note, just letting you know that I'm at the moment at the cross bracing stage, so I'm putting those metal braces to keep the frame square. This is the front wall frame, the external, and I'm just about to brace it up. I'll have a quick mention of the slab. So this is where I made a hole, so the pipes, it's where my electricity and data cabling is actually going to go in as the frame puts on. You know, when I was actually going to get the slab done, the whole idea that the timing of it, so that I was actually at home during my break, a holiday break, but that didn't happen. So I was actually at work when the slab was poured in. So even though I instructed them that I wanted these two pipes at certain distance away from the edge and from this edge, they still managed to get it wrong. They didn't push it in enough further that way. And you know, I wanted to be this at least 100 mil before the pipe started, and then about 50 mil in. So that would nicely fit in at the bottom of my frame. But because they didn't go in further enough this way, so this pipe should have been about here rather than here. So they're about, I don't know, 50 millimeters out. I actually had to cut my frame to make room for it, as you can see from here. Otherwise the pipes would not fit in. Even though this second bracing is not really required, it's double studs there. Oi! Nature! So even though there's supposed to be double studs there, so I had to cut this bit off to allow for the pipe to actually, you know, go in there. It's annoying, but that's one of the drawbacks of not being around and tradies not following the right instruction, even though it was quite clear. So they didn't move this far enough. Something to watch out for. And another problem I had with the issue of timing, of getting the slab done while I was actually on break and being able to be here and guide, is to actually put J-bolts there. So while the concrete is still wet, I've been able to put in special threaded J metal things so that I did not have to drill and put dynabolts to hold my frames in. So that's one of the other drawbacks as well. So now I have to go around and drill quite a number of holes in the slab so that I can actually put in my dynabolts to hold the frames up.